What if the world ends tomorrow? Most of us would look for a safe place to run to, but the richest people in the world, they won't panic. They'll just go home. Not to a mansion in the mountains, not to a penthouse at the top of a building, but to a place that's deeper, hidden underground. A facility built not just to survive the end of the world, but to lead whatever comes after it. They call these billionaire bunkers, but that term doesn't even come close to describing what they really are. Because these aren't just simple shelters, they're palaces. Palaces built underground. A private civilization hidden beneath our feet. Each one costs hundreds of millions, and each one is more secret than the last. And when put together, they tell the story of power, fear, and the hidden future of luxurious living. This is the world they don't want you to see, and this obsession began quietly. But before we begin, if you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe so you'll always stay updated with videos like this. Around 2010, rumors started to spread in private groups of investors. The founders of tech companies, hedge fund managers, and heirs to vast oil fortunes were gradually buying land in remote parts of New Zealand, Colorado, and the countryside of the Czech Republic. At first, many thought this was just another collection of expensive real estate, another symbol of wealth. But something bigger was actually happening. After the series of global crises in the past decade, pandemics, wars, and political turmoil made the richest people in the world decide that they needed to have a plan to escape. Not for vacation, but for survival. They poured their immense wealth into building secret underground worlds, places designed to endure even if human civilization itself collapses. A mansion with a panic room is no longer enough. Now, they want a panic room that's an entire ecosystem, capable of surviving on its own underground. If civilization collapses on the surface, they'll just move below. In the Czech Republic, there's a company that has quietly become the standard in this industry, Opidum. Their slogan is "Luxury Fortified for Life." Each Opidum complex is an underground kingdom built for a single owner. The doors themselves weigh several tons. But once you get inside, you'll almost forget you're underground. Luxurious marble floors, a private art gallery, a wine cellar comparable to the best Michelin restaurants, private spas illuminated by unique bioluminescent lighting. This isn't just a simple bunker, it's a place of tranquility and luxury. According to Opidum, it can support a family for over 10 years without ever needing to go outside. It has hydroponic farms, modern air filtration systems, and even ceilings that mimic sunrise and sunset using artificial daylight. There are no windows, but it never gets dark. Some even say that its design resembles the most luxurious resorts in Dubai. The only difference is, everything is hidden beneath the mountains. The world above may collapse, but underground the music continues. In the United States, there's another name that dominates this world of secret bunkers, the Rising S Company based in Texas. They started out making traditional survival shelters, but eventually a new type of client came along. People who were no longer satisfied with cold steel bunkers that looked like military facilities. What they wanted were lobbies with marble, private theaters, and all the luxuries they could bring underground. The name of their first model, the Aristocrat, was introduced as one of the most luxurious underground shelters in the world. It has a bowling alley, gym, game room, greenhouse, and even its own shooting range. The starting price is $10 million, and that doesn't even include the elevator with a gold-plated design. According to Rising S Company, they have delivered bunkers to more than 20 countries. Most of these are buried under vast ranches, private vacation homes, or hidden within mountains. They almost completely disappear from view. No one can see them except for the owners themselves and their private pilots. The company keeps the location of each bunker strictly confidential. But according to people with inside knowledge of the industry, there are some billionaires from Silicon Valley who have had bunkers built that are directly connected to private airstrips so they can evacuate at any time. In times of crisis, their private jets can take off within just a few minutes, heading to coordinates that only a select few know about. For most people, this is just excessive fear. But for them, it's a form of insurance. Why are they so obsessed with security? Because for the ultra-rich, safety isn't just about staying alive. It's about maintaining power and control. Every generation of the wealthy has its own fortress. During the time of the feudal lords, they had castles. During the time of the industrialists, they had vast private estates with tight security. Now, billionaires have their own bunkers. The symbolism hasn't changed, only the materials have. Where kings once used stone, now it's steel with biometric scanners. Instead of knights, they have private security teams and drones powered by artificial intelligence. The message is still the same. The world outside may burn, but inside, their kingdom remains safe. This is a psychological display of power. The belief that they can escape any consequence, even if the end of the world comes. When you have enough wealth, even the apocalypse becomes a luxurious experience. Imagine yourself walking inside one of these bunkers. The air is clean, cooler than usual. The hallways are surrounded by digital art that automatically changes depending on the owner's heartbeat. In the living room, there's a holographic window showing a live view of the ocean that's hundreds of miles away. Dinner is served by robotic arms that never get tired. The temperature, lighting, and even the surrounding sounds are controlled by artificial intelligence to mimic normal life above ground. You can hold a grand feast while civilization outside slowly collapses. You can pour wine that's over 200 years old while global markets disappear. And inside the bunker, the illusion of normal life continues. Perfect, quiet, and completely separated from reality. But who are the people building these underground kingdoms? They rarely speak in public. Some are giants in the tech industry who believe that one day artificial intelligence could destroy humanity. Others are billionaires in the energy industry who are preparing in case geopolitical turmoil worsens. And there are also families who have been wealthy for a long time, quietly continuing the tradition of strengthening their fortresses, a practice that began many centuries ago. There was a former contractor who shared a story about a strange request from one of his clients, Anya. She wanted a world where the world was no longer needed. Everything needed, water, air, food, and communication, should be able to function without any help from the outside. Every essential system has 3 separate backups. It's no longer just a shelter. It's now a small version of an entire civilization designed for a single household. When the billionaire was asked why he was willing to spend over $100 million on this, his answer was simple. I can't control the world, but I can control what's underneath it. Some bunkers have even tighter security than national embassies. Every door is guarded by retina scanners. There are also voice print access, airlocks that check a person's DNA before opening, and secret passages leading to fake exits to confuse anyone trying to get in. But the technology inside doesn't end there. Each bunker has its own private internet network. It is completely separate from the public internet, but it is capable enough to run AI systems, monitor power grids, and even predict the condition of the world above ground in almost real time from the nearby hills. The vast solar fields that serve as the power source to charge the massive underground batteries are hidden. There are also some owners who hide their crypto cold wallets inside biometric safes buried under thick titanium reinforcement. This isn't just extreme caution, it's actually part of the design itself. A private digital kingdom completely separated from the noise and chaos of the internet. But what truly sets these luxurious bunkers apart is not their technology, but the feeling inside. Once you're inside, it's as if your sense of time disappears. There's no sunrise, no sunset. There's only a carefully crafted artificial day-night cycle. There's no change of seasons, no rain, no wind. Only a permanent world, seemingly always perfect. According to psychologists who have studied similar isolated environments, it's not natural for humans to live in a world where time seems to stand still. No matter how luxurious it is, too much control can also become a kind of prison. But for some billionaires, that's exactly the goal. Not just to escape danger, but also to escape uncertainty. You can also see this in the design of their bunkers. The rooms are built like a maze to make the space seem endless. The lighting gradually changes throughout the day to mimic the sun's journey across the sky. There are small waterfalls and flowing water to give you the feeling of being in nature. Even though there are no windows, you can still hear the chirping of birds from hidden speakers. It's an almost perfect copy of the world above. A flawless world. The owners call it peace. But for those outside, it's nothing more than a beautiful prison. If you trace the origins of this fascination with underground bunkers, you'll notice that it coincides with every major crisis the world has experienced. During the Cold War, governments built bomb shelters. After the September 11th attacks, millionaires started having panic rooms built. And after the COVID pandemic, millionaires started moving underground. With every major crisis, the hiding places of wealth just go deeper. According to companies that build bunkers, the next step is to construct fully self-sustaining cities underground. Communities exclusively designed for the wealthiest 0.01% of the population. They have their own schools, art museums, and even artificial skies that mimic the real sky. They call these continuity zones. Places where civilization can start anew if the world completely collapses. But there's one question to consider. Civilization for whom? For the engineers who built it, this is an amazing feat of engineering. For the owners, it's a safe haven, but for the rest of the world, it's a mirror. A mirror that reflects a painful truth. The gap between the rich and the poor is no longer just an economic issue. It has also become a gap deep beneath the ground itself. The ultra-rich no longer just live above us. Now they also live beneath us. Unseen, unreachable. And maybe someday they won't be affected by anything that happens in the world anymore. However, not all bunker owners are ruled by fear. For some, it's just a new status symbol, something to be proud of. Proof that they are ready for the future. Just as luxury yachts have become symbols of freedom, bunkers have become symbols of endurance. The yacht floats on the surface of the ocean. The bunker, on the other hand, seems to float beneath civilization. But both suggest the same thing. I will not sink. Among the select groups of the world's richest people, having your own bunker has become a quiet symbol of prestige. At private gatherings, they often make statements that seem ordinary. Our off-grid house, our secure estate, our other property in the mountains, everyone knows what they're really referring to, and almost everyone hopes that one day they'll be invited there too. Because for people who feel like they already own the world, the next most important reward is owning the future. There are also rumors. This hasn't been proven yet, but it keeps circulating. It is said that some billionaires are secretly working together to build an interconnected network of luxurious bunkers, a hidden system that stretches from North America to Europe and Oceania. They have their own encrypted satellites, secret communications, and interconnected protocols so that each one can quickly gain access. It's like a shadow civilization capable of restarting the world's economy from servers hidden underground. If this sounds like science fiction, think about this. Almost every major revolution in human history started with forms of infrastructure the public didn't immediately understand. And this time, everything is buried under thick concrete and silence. But what does it really feel like to live inside a billionaire's bunker? Imagine going weeks without even seeing the sky. Your food comes from hydroponic gardens illuminated by artificial suns. The temperature never changes, the faint hum of the generators never stops, and you slowly forget the feeling of air brushing against your skin. You also forget the noise and chaos of crowds. You will live in a world that is completely controlled, until one day you realize that the control you longed for has replaced true freedom. Perhaps that is the true price of absolute security. The richer you become, the more afraid you are of losing everything. And in the endless pursuit of safety, you also create something that no amount of money can buy or protect. Loneliness, but some experts have another perspective. The technology used in bunkers, sealed environments, renewable energy systems, and artificial lighting could one day become the foundation of human colonies on Mars. In a strange way, the billionaires building bunkers today might already be training for the next stage of humanity. Today, underground, tomorrow, on another planet. From a survival bunker to a throne among the planets. And there lies the greatest irony. While they keep digging deeper to escape the world, the rest of humanity continues to look up at the sky, dreaming that someday they might fly to the stars. One is digging down beneath the earth. The other keeps looking up at the sky, but they are both chasing the same thing, a place untouched by chaos. Perhaps that is the true meaning of luxury, a way to believe in yourself, that you can overcome any uncertain future, whether through blankets made of the finest silk or thick iron walls. All of these promise only one thing: I will be safe. I will live forever. When historians look back on this era, it may not be our cities or towering buildings that they remember first, but rather what lies beneath them. Secret corridors adorned with gold, sealed doors that were never opened, and rooms quietly waiting for their owners who may never return. Because true luxury never disappears, it only runs deeper. And beneath the noise of the world, far below the surface of the earth, the thrones of the richest quietly wait, waiting for the end, or perhaps for a new beginning. And if you wish to continue discovering the secret worlds of wealth and power, the hidden palaces, the mighty dynasties, and the empires rarely seen by the public, join us, because this is just the beginning. Subscribe to Noel Polo TV and discover the world that the public has never been allowed to see.